Greetings to you and welcome to this episode of Grace Podcast. I'm Timothy Muse. I'll be your host as we spend this time together today. It's a joy to be with you. I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you for making this podcast a part of your day. And I want to thank you for being on the journey. I want to thank you for investing in yourself. I want to celebrate you for investing in yourself. It is so awesome that you are putting energy in you, that you are focusing on you, that you are finding those places in you that need that extra attention. I know I say this in every episode, but it's so important for me to say it again. Good for you for being here. Good for you for being on the journey, for looking at those places in your life that need a little extra attention and then focusing on it, paying attention to it and giving it the energy it needs so that you can grow and expand. Look, part of the deal of life is that we grow, that we get better, that we continue to evolve and expand and express ourselves. And the fact that you're here, the fact that you're listening says to me that at least you're interested in beginning to ask the question. So good for you. If this is your first time on the podcast, then welcome to it. Welcome to what we're doing here. There's a lot of episodes back in the vault. There's a lot of episodes back there. Listen to them, engage them, experience them. If you've been listening, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to be part of this work, continuing to be part of this journey. If this podcast is helpful, please share it out there. Put it out there on your social media feeds. I post on LinkedIn, X, Instagram, and Facebook. If you follow me or the life coaching on any one of those feeds, you're going to see these episodes. Share them. Tag me in it. I'd love to see where you're at. I really would love to see where you're listening. If you're one on the listening platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Amazon Music, follow us. Give us a rating and review. Every positive rating and review tells the platform people are listening. And then the platform puts it out there in front of other people. Other people get this stuff. And that's what I want. I want this information to be out there. I want it to be out there. You know, I'm kind of stumbling over my words because I'm really excited. I really am. I'm really excited that you're here. And I'm really excited that you give me the opportunity to continue to walk with you and bring hopefully nuggets of information or vision or guidance or something to think about as you experience and express and grow. And if you want to reach out to me directly, GraceLifeCoaching.com. That's the website, GraceLifeCoaching.com. I would love to hear from you. I really, truly would. If I can come alongside you, do some coaching, answer some questions, if you want to do some Reiki or some sound bath or some meditation, however I can come alongside you, I really would love to. GraceLifeCoaching.com is the website. That's where you can get a hold of me. So I want to jump back into this session on discipline. We've been talking about discipline for a while. We've been talking about how discipline affects every single part of our life. And today I want to go into a place that you probably figured we're going to go at some point, and that's your physical health. Because your energy, your focus, your mood, your longevity, all of it is connected to how you take care of your body. Your body is so important. And here is the big truth. Physical health is not built on occasional effort. It's built on daily discipline. And that's so true. Physical health is not built on occasional effort. It's built on daily discipline. So I want to talk about how discipline impacts your health and how you can begin to make small, consistent changes that lead to lasting results. Remember, we've talked about this. It's not about making the big changes. It's about small, consistent changes that can lead to lasting results. And let's start with something very simple. Your body reflects your habits. Your body reflects your habits. Not what you do once in a while, but what you do consistently. What you eat, how you move, how you rest, how you recover, all of these shape your physical health over time. And over time, they compound. They compound over time to represent your physical health. Your body reflects your habits. That's just it. What you do on a daily basis plays out in your body. Your current health is a result of your past discipline or your lack of it. Where you are right now, physically, when you look at yourself physically, when you experience yourself physically, your health is a result of your past discipline or your lack of it. Now, I don't say this to discourage you. I really don't. It's meant to empower you. It's meant to get you to realize something very important. Your habits create your current state. New habits can create a new future. Just because this is where you are doesn't mean this is where you need to stay. I've quoted Alan Watts many times before. We are not required to be who we were 5 minutes ago. We are allowed to change. Just because your current habits have created your current state doesn't mean that this is where you have to stay. New habits can create a new future. And so really, in discipline around physical health, it's about creating new habits. It's about having the discipline to create new habits. And there's a couple of sections I want to talk about when we get to this. The first thing is movement. Movement is a huge thing. We as humans have not been created to sit behind a desk and stare at a computer screen. When we think about all of our predecessors, all of those who have gone before us, they moved. Their life required movement. Movement is essential. We are a machine that is required to move. And I guarantee you, you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, I don't move enough. And when you do, you can feel it, don't you? If you sit for hours and you don't get up and move, you can feel it. So movement is essential. Movement of your body, and not just regular movement, but intentional movement. So we move, we get up and, we go from one side of the office to the other. We go from the kitchen to the living room. That's movement, and that's good. But there's also the need for intentional movement, movement with intentionality. Okay. Movement for the sake of movement itself, not just for the sake of something other. When I say that, I'm moving because I have to leave the living room to go to the kitchen to get more iced tea. Well, I'm moving, but that's for the sake of another. No, I'm talking about intentional movement for the sake of movement. Look, you don't need a perfect workout plan. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need hours every day. You need consistency. Investing in daily, consistent movement. Intentional, daily, consistent movement. See, the problem is this. When people start to reflect, and you might be thinking to yourself, yeah, I really need to get to the gym an hour every day. Well, when people go all in like that, then they burn out. They burn out. If they push too hard, then they stop completely because it's unsustainable. You want to build habits that are sustainable over time. Now, maybe ultimately your goal is get to the gym every day and work out for an hour, but you can't start there because it's not sustainable. You're talking about creating a new habit and creating a massive new habit that's not sustainable. It leads to burnout and suffering and struggle. No, start simple. Maybe with a daily walk, maybe a 10-minute walk outside every day. Move your body for 10 to 20 minutes. I mean, look, we don't lack knowledge, my friends. You can go on YouTube and you can search any kind of movement, from chair yoga to chair tai chi to stretching to, cardio exercises you can do in your basement, all these things. We don't lack knowledge. What we lack is discipline. So when we create the simple discipline of moving our bodies 10 to 20 minutes a day, 10 to 20 minutes a day, that's it. Start from there. Build from that point. Ultimately, if your goal is to get to an hour at the gym every day, you'll probably get there, but you want to start small. You want to start with something sustainable. People often ask, what's the best workout? Well, the best workout is the workout that you can do consistently. There's a thing, we just installed an AED, an automatic electronic defibrillator, here in my work. And there's a colloquialism with that is, what's the best AED? The best AED is the one in your hand, the one you have in the moment. So rather than asking what's the best workout, ask what can I do consistently? What can I do now? What can I do for me? It is the one thing that you can actually follow through. What is the one thing I can actually follow through? Walking up and down the stairs 3 times, that's something I can do. That's something I can follow through. Because movement's not about intensity. It's about consistency. That's where we talk about discipline. It's about consistency. And I would postulate to say that if you added 5 minutes of intentional movement to your day every day, you would feel better. You would. And it wouldn't just stay 5 minutes. It becomes 7 minutes and then 10 minutes. But it's about consistency. So you want to add consistent, intentional movement into your day. So powerful, so important. When we create the habit of movement, it builds momentum. It builds on top of itself, and it becomes stronger and bigger. Okay, so movement is the first thing. Now let's talk about food. Food is a huge thing. Food is where discipline becomes very real, because we don't just eat when we're hungry. And we have food everywhere. We are not living in a world where food is in scarcity, for the most part. We have food everywhere. So we don't eat when we're hungry. We eat when it's convenient. We eat when it's emotional. We eat when it's habitual. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. It's time to eat. It's time for lunch. My body's not hungry. I had a big breakfast and I really don't feel hungry, but it's 12 o'clock. Oh, I'm having a bad day. or I'm really struggling right now, so I'm going to turn into those things that make me feel good. Comfort foods, donuts, popcorn, potato chips, macaroni and cheese. We eat when it's convenient. I've got this thing in a package that I can go ahead and eat it. Food is a huge thing. It is a huge thing around discipline. Discipline in nutrition, okay? So we often eat based on convenience, cravings, and emotion, but not intention, okay? Like movement, we need to eat with intention. Our eating patterns, like our movement patterns, need to be intentional. We want to invest in them with intentionality, okay? That's the shift. We want to eat with purpose, not perfectly, but intentionally. All right. So how do we do that? What's a simple practice? Plan one healthy meal a day. All right. Plan one healthy meal a day. Ask yourself when you're hungry. Am I hungry? Am I bored? Am I thirsty? Drink more water. A lot of times, dehydration and thirst mask itself as hunger. So maybe you're not hungry. Maybe you're thirsty. Drink more water. Slow down while eating. If that means putting your knife and fork down between every bite, that's great. Do it. Create that habit. Our body takes about 20 minutes from the sensation in the stomach to tell the brain that it's full. Think about how much food you can eat in 20 minutes. But if we slow down and we eat with intention, then we eat less because we allow our body to say, hey, I'm satiated. I don't need to eat anymore. Pay attention to what your body needs. Pay attention to what's going on. This is where we connect emotional discipline with physical discipline. Because sometimes our emotions are craving comfort and our body's not. And so we're going to eat with our emotions. We're going to go for that chocolate or that second bowl of ice cream or that donut or that bag of potato chips. Look, you don't need extreme diets. You need consistent, thoughtful choices. What you eat daily shapes how you feel daily. And it is so true. What you put into your body, what you fuel your body with, is going to impact how you feel on a daily basis. If you're fueling your body with garbage, then your body's going to feel like garbage. If you're fueling your body with things that are empty calories, then you're going to feel like empty calories. So discipline around eating. Again, and I'm not saying throw out all the potato chips and throw out all the Oreos and throw out all the cookies and only eat, kale and boiled chicken. No. Eat with intention. Eat with intention. Don't eat with your emotions. Don't eat because it's the time to eat. Don't eat because it's convenient to eat. Eat with intention. Listen to your body when it comes to your nutrition. And here's the last part I want to raise up. And this is an extraordinarily important part. I've done podcast episodes on this before, but it is an extraordinarily important part. Rest is a part of discipline. Hear me when I say this and take it to heart. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a necessity, right? When you lack sleep, your focus drops, your energy decreases, your mood shifts, and your discipline weakens. Sleep is not a luxury. Don't look at rest as something that you get only when you're done with everything else. Make rest a part of your discipline. Rest and recovery. When we sleep, we recover. When we grow when we sleep. If you go to the gym and work out all day and you really push yourself hard, you're not necessarily going to feel it in your muscles, but when you go to sleep and you wake up the next morning, you're going to feel it because your muscles are recovering. Sleep is so important. It's so important for physical discipline, and it's so important for emotional discipline. Because while we sleep, our brain filters out all those things that we didn't want to see. All those things that we looked at that don't matter. All those thoughts and images and everything else that really have no weight, our brain focuses them out. Sleep is important. The discipline of sleep is powerful for physical health. It is not a luxury. It is not something that you just do whenever you have the day end. Make sleep a priority. Make sleep a priority. Discipline and rest looks like going to bed at a consistent time, reducing screen time before you go to sleep, allowing your body to recover. I'm a big fan of going to bed and waking up at a consistent time. I'm a 10 to 5 day pretty much every day. 10, maybe sometimes 10:30, but 5 a.m. my alarm goes off every day, and I get out of bed at 5 a.m. every day. There's consistency there. My body is attuned to it. Plus, I really like having a little bit of time, when the house is quiet before everybody else wakes up. But going to bed at a consistent time and waking up at a consistent time. Set priority for sleep. And reducing your screen time before bed. There are some who say that at least an hour before bed, turn your screens off. Because your brain, even when you turn the light out and close your eyes, your brain is still firing from all those things it saw on the screen. So if you want to rest, then you need to set rest in motion before you go to bed. So avoiding screen time before you go to bed is vitally important. And allow your body to recover. Recovery is just as important as working. Okay. So going to the gym, doing curls, getting your arms, your biceps nice and big, that doesn't happen while you're curling. It happens while you're recovering. That's when your muscles, they tear, they grow, they expand, they get bigger. You cannot perform well if you don't recover well. And you cannot recover well if you don't sleep. Sleep is a non-negotiable. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a requirement. Okay? It's about making sure that you know when to rest. About making sure when you know when to work and when to rest. All right? So let's be practical. All right, so those are the 3 areas. Let's be practical. You don't need a complicated system. You need a simple, repeatable routine. Remember I said before, it's not about going all in. It's about having something that's consistent that you can do over and over again. So move daily. Even if it's just 10 minutes, move daily. That is a simple routine. And you know what? Even if it has to be 2 5-minute blocks, move daily for 10 minutes. Set a routine, 10 minutes every day. What's something you can do every day for 10 minutes that is easy, it's replaceable, it's repeatable, and it can be consistent? Eat intentionally. Make one better choice at a time. I'm not saying throw out the whole pantry. Make one better choice at a time. One better choice. One meal that's healthier. One better eating habit. Replace one snack with a fruit. Replace one soda with a bottle of water. Okay? And sleep consistency. Protect your rest. It is vital. Start there. It doesn't have to be perfect, my friends. It just has to be consistent. And the more you do it, the more you realize that maybe you need to add to it or adjust it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't fall into the trap that if you can't do it perfectly, it's not worth doing. That is not true. It's garbage. Even if you have to do it imperfectly, do it anyway. Don't wait for the perfect today. Today is the perfect day. Don't wait for next week to start moving for 10 minutes. Move for 10 minutes. A healthy life is built through simple, repeatable choices, and those choices begin today. Start today with those choices. I'm not sure when you're going to listen to this podcast. I mean, if you're listening to it first thing in the morning, then, find one healthy meal. If you're listening to it late in the day, choose that one snack and say, you know what, today's the day I'd be going for a handful of cookies. Go for an apple instead. One choice. Simple, consistent, sustainable. In your physical movement, in your nutrition, and in your rest. So important. Take a moment and reflect. What is one area of my physical health I've been neglecting? What's one area I've been neglecting in your life? And what's one small change I can make today? Remember, taking care of your body is not an option. It's foundational. Because if you don't take care of your body, then you don't take care of you. Your body goes everywhere that you go. Your body is everything that you are. So if you don't take care of your body, then your body's not going to take care of you and you're going to struggle. Take care of your body. Physically, nutritionally, rest-wise, take care of your body. That's what I got for you for today. I hope it's helpful. I really do. If it is, please share it out there. Put it out there in your social media feeds. I post on LinkedIn, X, Instagram, and Facebook. If you're on one of the listening platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Amazon Music, you're going to get the notification of a new episode. And if you want to reach out to me, GraceLifeCoaching.com is the website. I would love to hear from you because at Grace Life Coaching, we want you to be the best you.